Hello, everyone, welcome back to the channel Future Force. Please subscribe and like my videos. Today, we are going to explore one of the most dramatic and symbolic stories in the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia. The attack of Ukrainian drones on Moscow's most iconic skyscrapers, the City Towers complex valued at over $2 billion, shocked the entire world. This was not simply an attack on bricks and glass, but a strike at the heart of Moscow's image as a powerful and modern global city. To understand the full depth of this event, we will take you on a detailed journey, looking at the exterior of the towers, the interior design and atmosphere, their overall performance under stress, the safety features that were put to the test, the unique selling points that once made these towers symbols of prestige, the staggering price tag and what it means in contrast to low-cost drones, and finally the broader conclusion about what this strike means for Russia, Ukraine, and the future of modern warfare. The exterior of Moscow's city towers was always designed to impress. From the outside, they looked like towering giants of steel and glass, reflecting the city lights and symbolizing wealth and power. The tall, vertical structures dominated the skyline, with sleek reflective windows that changed colors as the sun rose and set. During the daytime, the towers glistened with the brightness of the sun, and at night they lit up the Moscow sky like glowing beacons, proudly showcasing Russia's ability to rival other great world cities such as London, Dubai, and New York. The towers stood not only as office and apartment blocks, but as a message to the world that Moscow was part of the global elite. Yet when Ukrainian drones approached and struck their shining walls, that polished image cracked both literally and symbolically. The reflective glass shattered, panels broke apart, and smoke poured out of windows once admired for their futuristic beauty. What was once an untouchable symbol of pride turned instantly into a vulnerable target. The exterior no longer looked like the future. It looked like the fragile surface of a building that could not withstand the realities of modern conflict. The interior of the city towers was where the story became even more striking, and here we must go into much deeper detail, because these towers were not just buildings, they were a complete world inside a world. The interiors were designed with a level of luxury and precision that spoke of power, wealth, and modern comfort. Imagine walking into the vast lobby with polished marble floors shining under carefully designed lighting. The walls were decorated with glass and metallic finishes, combining elegance with futuristic design. Elevators moved silently at lightning speed, taking workers and residents up to some of the highest points in Moscow. Inside the office spaces, the design reflected global corporate culture with open layouts, ergonomic furniture, soundproof glass meeting rooms, and the latest technology integrated into every corner. Screens, automated climate control, and state-of-the-art communication systems created an environment where international corporations and Russian business giants felt at home. For the residents living in the high-rise apartments, the interiors offered breathtaking views of the Moscow skyline, with floor-to-ceiling windows, designer kitchens, luxury bathrooms, and private lounges. Exclusive restaurants and cafes were embedded within the towers, catering to the elite with gourmet cuisine. There were also gyms, wellness centers, and conference halls, all decorated to match the highest international standards. The towers were meant to be a living, breathing organism of business and luxury combined. But imagine being in that setting at the moment of the strike. Workers sitting in their glass-walled offices, suddenly hearing the loud impact of drones. Alarms blaring through the polished hallways, smoke filling the previously calm atmosphere, and shards of broken glass scattered across marble floors that hours earlier had been cleaned to perfection. People rushed down staircases, that were once walked slowly in confidence. Elevators shut down, and emergency lights flickered across interiors designed for elegance, now overtaken by chaos. The luxurious restaurants became places of panic where diners left their plates behind to run. Lounges filled with fear instead of calm. Residents in high-rise apartments faced the terror of evacuation in the middle of the night, their floor, the ceiling windows rattling under the pressure of explosions. The interiors that had once been marketed as safe havens of prosperity turned overnight into claustrophobic mazes of fear, proving that no matter how much wealth is invested, modern warfare finds ways to infiltrate even the most prestigious environments. The performance of the city towers under such pressure is another aspect to consider. When engineers built them, they designed them to withstand wind pressure, heavy snowfall, and even natural disasters to some degree. Fire safety protocols, earthquake resistance, and stress tests were part of their development. But in the modern era, no one imagined that unmanned aerial vehicles, small, cheap, and fast, would be the real test of performance. When the strike occurred, the performance of the buildings revealed both strengths and weaknesses. On one hand, the towers did not collapse. Their steel frames and solid engineering held firm despite the direct hits. That was a testament to the architectural strength and the quality of construction. On the other hand, their glass exteriors shattered easily, the interiors filled with smoke, and emergency systems, though functional, were quickly overwhelmed. The performance of Moscow's emergency services was put under global observation as fire brigades and medical teams rushed to the site. Videos showed firefighters trying to reach upper levels, people being evacuated, and areas being cordoned off. The speed of reaction demonstrated some preparedness, but the fact that the drones penetrated Moscow's highly defended airspace in the first place raised serious doubts about Russia's internal defense performance. What does it say about one of the most secure cities in the world if drones can reach its heart and damage $1 billion symbol of prosperity? The performance of both the towers and the protective systems around them became one of the most talked about elements of the entire event. Safety features had always been one of the advertised strengths of the city towers. Advanced sprinkler systems were placed on every floor, smoke detectors were connected to central control rooms, emergency staircases were designed for mass evacuation, and reinforced shelters in the basements were available for crises. Surveillance cameras were everywhere, monitoring movements and creating a sense of security. Guards patrolled the entrances, and ID systems limited access to restricted areas. Yet, when the attack happened, these features revealed their limits. Sprinklers turned on, alarms sounded, staircases filled with people, and guards attempted to organize evacuations. But the reality was undeniable. These safety features were not built for warfare. They could handle fires caused by accidents, evacuations during natural events, or minor emergencies. But drones targeting the very structure of the building was a different level of threat. Safety became relative. Residents and workers understood that while systems could protect against ordinary risks, they could not prevent or stop a deliberate military-style strike. The sense of safety inside those towers vanished overnight, replaced by the realization that in a modern war, even the most advanced buildings are vulnerable. The unique selling points of the city towers had always been their central location in Moscow's financial district, their luxurious interiors, and their symbolism as the pride of Russia's modernization. They were marketed as not just real estate, but as lifestyle investments, as places where the elite of Russia and the world could live, work, and build the future. These towers attracted multinational corporations, global investors, and Russia's wealthiest citizens. They offered views of the Moscow River, access to luxury services, and the feeling of being part of something grand. The towers were meant to symbolize Russia's confidence, progress, and stability. But now, those same selling points have transformed into vulnerabilities. The central location made them highly visible targets. The luxurious interiors turned into zones of fear and chaos. The symbolism that once spoke of power now speaks of weakness. In a world where images are everything, seeing smoke rising from the heart of Moscow's most prestigious buildings has undermined Russia's narrative of invulnerability. The unique selling point of being untouchable has been replaced by the reality of being exposed. The price of the city towers adds another layer of symbolism to this story. At over $2 billion, this complex was one of the most expensive projects in Eastern Europe. Every apartment, every office, and every square meter carried immense value. Investors poured money into making the towers a shining jewel of Moscow, but the drones that struck them cost only a fraction of that. Some estimates suggest tens of thousands of dollars per drone, maybe even less depending on the model. The contrast is shocking. Low-cost drones damaging billion-dollar infrastructure represents the new asymmetry of modern warfare. It tells us that power is no longer measured only in money spent on grand projects, but in creativity, strategy, and technology. Ukraine managed to use affordable tools to shake the financial heart of its adversary. For Russia, the financial impact goes beyond repairs. Insurance costs will rise. Investors may lose confidence. International companies may think twice before placing their offices in Moscow. The global image of safety and security in Russia's capital has been damaged, and that kind of loss cannot easily be measured in money. The price of the towers remains a reminder that wealth cannot always guarantee safety. In conclusion, the Ukrainian drone strike on Moscow's city towers will be remembered as a turning point in this war, not only for the physical damage it caused, but for the symbolism it carries. The exteriors that once shone with pride are now scarred. The interiors that once provided comfort and luxury are marked by fear. The performance of both the buildings and Russia's defenses was tested, revealing strengths but also glaring weaknesses. Safety features provided partial protection but could not prevent the strike. The unique selling points of the towers have transformed from symbols of strength to reminders of vulnerability. The price tag of over $1 billion only emphasizes the contrast between wealth and the affordability of modern drone warfare. Ultimately, this event has shaken Russia's sense of security and altered the way the world views modern cities in times of conflict. It shows us that in the age of drones, no place is beyond reach, and even the most prestigious and expensive projects can be humbled by small machines guided with determination and strategy. For Ukraine, it was a message of resilience, innovation, and defiance. For Russia, it was a shocking reality check. For the rest of the world, it is a lesson that the future of warfare will not only be fought on open battlefields, but also in the skies above the heart of our cities. This strike has entered history not just as an act of war, but as a moment that redefined the balance of power between wealth and technology, between luxury and vulnerability, between appearance and reality.